What is going on, everybody? Welcome, Purple and Gold Bars. I'm your host, Supreme. A little bit of an impromptu Saturday session here. I've been working on some audio, working on the audio and stuff like that, still tweaking things. So I wanted to do a quick makeshift stream. That way I can use it as a test. So I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Got about 50 minutes before college football starts. We'll hopefully try to wrap up before then. So first off, I want to start with some fun stuff. We got a couple clips here from some Vikings diehard fans that are, well known in, I guess, the celebrity world. And this was all before the season started, 2 months ago. So we'll just get right to it.
All right, you wanna play the win-loss game here on the Rich Eisen show?
Yep, let's
Okay,
go.
let's do it.
Let's dance.
Here we go. The win-loss game for the Minnesota Vikings with none other.
By the way, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Did I ever tell you this?
What?
I put $1,000 on the Vikings every year to win the Super Bowl, and I'm out 25 grand. That's a true story.
That's insane. I've seen this clip.
You already
It
put
makes
the
me
money
laugh
down for
Oh,
this
yeah.
year? What are the current odds right now, Christopher?
Stand by.
I mean, 2 years ago you had to like that, and then Daniel Jones hit you.
Close.
I mean, and then we had
Sorry to bring that up, but
That's okay.
Vikings
That's all right.
Super Bowl right now is 80-1.
80 to 1.
Yep, done.
Okay.
80 to 1 going
$80,000.
into the
Sam
season.
Darnold.
What are the odds?
Hey,
Please help us, JJ McCarthy.
Harrison.
I'll say this to you before we play the
Oh
win-loss game.
no.
Yes.
He
Sam
doesn't know yet.
Darnold is in the Baker Mayfield position, where he's
Yeah, that's
on.
a good point.
It's by the way, first of all, drafted 2 spots behind Baker, and
Move up to where he actually starts to win. Right.
Yeah.
he just signed actually this past weekend. That's my guy.
Is that true?
Oh, you're so psyched. You're going to be happy.
Oh,
But
JJ's
for the
I'm
being
moment,
excited.
you should be.
I'm optimistic.
Okay.
Always.
From the chair, Justin Jefferson was sitting in just 2 weeks ago.
Is that true?
Fact. It's time for the win-loss
What a
game
comedian, man.
with Nick Swartzen for his diehard,
Hilarious.
loving Minnesota Vikings. Hit it. Here's some music. Starting at the New York Giants, Sam Darnold back in MetLife Stadium. What do you got for me?
What do you mean?
Win or loss?
Win.
Okay. Home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Win.
Home for the Houston Texans.
Win.
At the Green Bay Packers.
Win.
In London against the Jets.
Win.
5-0 coming off the bye. Home for the Lions.
Win.
6-0
Thought about
at the
that one.
Rams on a Thursday night.
Win.
Understands.
You going to that game?
It's pretty
Yes.
dangerous.
Okay, just want to make sure you could say something other than the word win right now. 7-0. 7-0 home for the Colts.
Win.
8-0 at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Loss.
That was an O. Henry-like plot twist.
Just
Yep.
All right. 8-1 at the Titans.
Win.
9-1 at the Bears.
Win.
Well, you said that with conviction. 10-1 home for the Cardinals.
Win.
11-1 home for the Falcons.
Win.
12-1 home for the Bears in a Monday night.
Hard win.
Hard win.
Rock hard win.
13
Oh, yeah.
13-1 at the Seahawks.
Win.
14-1 home for the Packers.
Win. Fully erect win.
15-1 at the Lions.
Loss.
Okay.
Man. We're resting,
Why?
guys.
Because you're resting starters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're tired from winning.
15-2. Nick
We're
Swartzen.
exhausted from winning.
Nick Swartzen.
We're almost
$1,000
halfway
Super
through exhausted.
So clearly 15-2. You're the one seed going into the NFC playoffs.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke.
That's a bye week. You're off, and
Yeah.
then 2 wins. You're in the Super Bowl, and
It's
do
pretty accurate now.
you want to predict who the Vikings beat in the Super Bowl? Then
I think we beat the Las Vegas Aces. Yeah.
Asia Wilson is
I'm
tough, bro.
gonna stand by that.
Asia Wilson and Kelsey.
the
tough.
Las
Oh my
Vegas
God.
Aces.
Yep.
Now that,
Wild. That is hilarious. Nick Swartzen, what a comedic. What a comic. That's hilarious. Just spot on with his delivery and his jokes. And now let's move on to Marty Fish. Let's go straight to the prediction. Oh,
all right, here we go. Let's give some music for Marty Fish, the American Century Championship winner from just a couple weeks ago. At the Giants, what happens?
Yo.
Oh, that's a win.
Home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Win. We beat them last year at home, too.
Home for the Houston Texans.
thinking about it.
3-0 at the Packers.
Win.
That's a
He's really
4-0
giving some
start.
consideration to this one. This is awesome.
Heading to
Heading to
London
London.
to take on the Jets.
Heading to London. This is where I start texting Aaron, going like, good luck, how you feeling? Ivan Pace is coming. He's right behind you. Like all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Win.
Win. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. Does he respond to you
Predicted the
because
first
you're
round.
American Century buddies or
He
what?
would not. You know what Aaron would do? Aaron, I'm outside on fire. All you have to do is open the door, throw some water on me. He won't respond to that, but he'll send me like some reel on Instagram.
Good to know.
That's
All right.
Aaron.
5-0.
Wild.
Relationship with
Wild
him.
story.
5-0
And we're gonna beat him.
off the
After everything
bye
that's come
week,
out this
home for the
week?
Lions.
Yeah, that's a win.
6-0
Wow.
at the Rams.
That's a win because I'll be there.
7-0 home for the Colts.
I'm going above. Colts is a win. I mean, come on.
That's 8-0 at the Jaguars.
Yeah,
Marty
they're a
Fish.
dumpster fire right
You
now.
know what? I hung out with Trevor in. I really like him. That's our first loss.
Ooh, 8-1
Ooh.
at the
And
Ten.
Doug
not
Peterson's a phenomenal dude.
Oh, he was at the- he
Phenomenal
was at
dude.
the,
He was there too.
I love him too. He's
Great.
good people.
They're great.
No-
I root for them now. Not when they play the Vikings. I think okay, that's our first loss.
8-1
Wow, we
at
got
the Titans.
3 in a row at.
At the Titans.
We got 3.
Can I go back to week 4?
Like three-way.
At the Packers, sure. You want
It's
to?
an L.
Oh.
What?
Okay. So now.
I mean, as much as I'd love to, yeah.
all right, that's fine.
He's
You-
thinking about it. He's
it's
trying
like
to do the
chess.
math.
Your fingers
Trying to
were
put
still
the
in a
loss
piece.
somewhere.
Don't worry about it.
That's-
Yeah.
All right, so now you're
There's some of that.
7-2 at the Titans.
Okay.
I understand the logic.
7-2. That's a win.
8-2 at the Bears.
That's a win.
9-2 home for the Cardinals.
Win.
10-2 home for the Falcons.
Oh, that's Kirk is coming back.
Oh yeah.
That's a W.
11-2 home for the Bears on a Monday night.
That's an easy win.
Easy win,
Blowout
12
win,
and
that
2
one.
at the Seahawks.
And then we never beat Seattle in Seattle.
So 12 and 3 home for the Packers.
That's a win.
13 and 3 at the Lions.
We don't need this game. We're going to rest a bunch of starters. We have the number 1 seed, so
right.
that's a loss.
13 and 4, Marty Fish.
13 and 4.
As the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Okay.
He thinks
Fantastic.
13
With
wins is good for
I see
them.
no
You know
issue.
what? That's
Now I'll
actually,
tell you.
that's actually kind of a pretty good prediction. Like, you could tell the entire time that he was thinking about it, as well as comedic as it was and optimistic as a lot of people took it at the time. Um, he wasn't too far off. He did originally call the first 5 games, and he's yeah, like it makes a good point there. And he's well, the other point that I wanted to say with his perspective of 13 wins winning the division or winning the number 1 seed is kind of crazy because he kind of anticipated a lot of teams would struggle apparently because that's the only way that 13 wins. 'Cause, I was thinking 14, 15, the number 1 seed, but the way that the games are playing out and the way that it's going to roll out, it's probably going to be 13, 14 wins. So we'll see how it plays out. Now let's move over to. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll do a video specifically about this interview. He's got some good insights. Actually, let's move straight into film review. I want to look at the drive in the second half, and just kind of give you my layman perspective, just my eye and what I see. Um, that way, yeah, and let's just see what we see. We got the 1st and 10 to start the half. We opt for running play for like no yards, which totally sucks. Oh yeah, this is the condensed version, so I don't need that. And then we do a screen pass to Chandler that goes for 1 or 2 right there. So let's think about the decision making there to start. A little bit conservative, but at the same time, I understand after Aaron Jones going out of the game, you're thinking about um, still wanting to establish that run because it really changes what the defense is do. So a good running play to keep them honest is then followed by a screenplay. Right? It's all designed to keep the defense guessing and make them less, make the game less one dimensional for them to play against. Sorry, can you guys hear me? Oh, but anyways, yeah. I don't know if my mic's in and out. I'll take a look at it after stream. But yeah, and now we are moved into a 3rd and long, and this is where the Jets D has a lot more of an advantage. And let's see how Sam not bad. He's spending so much time, ends up just throwing it away. And a quick 3-and-out, and we're gonna punt. Um, yeah, so a little bit conservative to start the run in a lot of people's opinion. I mean, a lot of people's opinion starting 3 runs right off the bat is a little conservative. But I think I understand based on what had happened in the first half. We already had a pretty good first half, and then Aaron Jones went down 2, 3 minute mark in the second quarter. So the defense had already started to adjust in real time during the second quarter because they didn't give our running game any credit at that point, right? So I understand the urgency of wanting to create that pressure on the defense, thinking that we're still committed to the run. So I'm not too upset with this play here. And Just going to look at the offense. Let's move forward to 4th and 5. So this should bring us. Here we go. So 1st and 10. This is the second drive of the half, right? Let's see how this one plays out. Keep in mind, we still have Aaron Jones out, trying to establish the run. We have them set up with a fullback, 2 receivers, right? JJ at the top, Addison at the bottom, Cam in the fullback position. Got Chandler giving some support. Yeah, this one plays out. So we opt for a play action pass, and it kept them, it still keeps in line with we want to keep them guessing with the running game. Are we still going to be going for it? So I like this a little bit more aggressive than than people would have given credit. Like again, if they were being conservative in the second half, they would have just ran the ball twice and then throw. Right? They didn't do that this time, and they opted for for like 6, 7 yards, 5, 6, 7. So not bad. 2nd and 5, so 5 yards. And now here we still have CJ out, and we got Sam under center, got Addison on the bottom, and JJ at the top. Another play action, and I think beautiful pass to Addison. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, yeah, they're gonna review it here. So they just went with a double cross route there out from under center. So you know you can tell that this time round, unlike the last couple games, their intention was to maintain that aggressiveness, keep working on the things that um, they've been criticized, and I'm sure themselves have been overcritical on as well. It's the reason why they've started the half this way. They're still playing based on what the situation has given them in the game. I'm pretty sure it would have been different play calls had Aaron Jones been healthy, right? But they're still trying to maintain that aggressiveness despite the situation they're in. So I think these first few plays here really demonstrate that the Vikings didn't just go um, soft or lose that aggressiveness in the second half, like we've seen in the past. What we saw in the last package, right? So let's check out this next play. After that, oh yeah, this is just the play of that one. Really needs to figure out. All right, so here's the second play, and it is a cha-cha. Yeah, false start. So we got a false start on the next. Kind of leads to growing pains and young teams making young mistakes. Maybe a little bit of jet lag there. A lot of factors, right? Where they're just tired, time zone different change, regardless, as well as just a careless mistake by the offensive. But now we're back up first and 15. Let's see what we do. Are we going to be conservative? Or are we going to do what we're going to do? Right on. So the aggressiveness continues in the second half. They could have opted to um, do a little quick, like a screen or a quick pass to. Sorry, no, that's what they actually went with. They could have opted to run, try to get 2, 3 yards off the run, maybe an outside run or maybe a design RPO, something a lot more conservative than going for a quick pass here to Addison and trusting the receiver, the timing, trying to keep the foot on the gas, in my opinion. Now we're out of shotgun, and we give up a sack. Bradbury did not do well on that one whatsoever. No, that was No, that was before that. Sorry. So here, this one. Wow, that was a single man rush up. See, this is why we get a lot of criticism on the O line because yeah, we get comedically bad um, sessions like this. Like that was incredibly bad. That was one guy. That was literally one guy right up the middle, pushing uh, Garrett Bradbury right into his lap. Number 90. Look at this, 96. That's just terrible. We can't be giving up those kind of plays after we had just put ourselves in the hole in first and 15 off that false start. We can't be giving these up. Like I've been giving a lot of credit to the O line and because it's showing continued growth despite these comedically bad. But now that we've reached this 5 week, 6 week, and the bye state of the season, this is where I expect the O line to start cleaning up a lot of these things and start having less and less of them. So that way, late in the season, these type of sacks aren't rearing its head. Like they're, I expect them to work on it schematically, whether they're adding more of a defensive blocking scheme that helps the interior guys because they're struggling in these situations, or the guys in the interior line just stepping up a little bit more in place. So things that I'm going to be looking for going forward. Let's look at the next drive. So we've lost like 3 yards. So we've basically taken 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Classic mistake by a team that is in the midst of learning how to win. Maybe a little jet lag had to play a factor here. So we're back to third and 15. So essentially, the last 2 drives didn't matter. Got a check down to Chandler. Doesn't really go anywhere. Um, I get it. In that situation, they probably set up for like a shot with JJ or Addison, and like that secondary, those corners, despite all the flags, they're playing really good. And those safeties probably took away the deep shot because, of course, in this situation, if I'm the Jets, we do not want to give up a big. We do not want to give that kind of momentum away at this point when they're desperately trying to get back to the game. So it makes sense that in that situation, Sam was forced to check down, and maybe Aaron Jones does break a tackle there or has some, managed to fall forward for the first down or close enough where they can consider going for the fourth down play, which would have been in line with their aggressiveness that's been going on in the game. So we're gonna fast forward 2nd and 10. Let's get to the Vikings first. Got the return. 1st and 10. All right, so this should be the next drive here in the third quarter. 5 minutes, 59 seconds left. Oh no, this is still the Jets. Sorry. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. We've gone a little bit. 1st and 10. Wow, the Jets kind of here we go. 1st and 10 Vikings. That was so let's go back. They're celebrating the old punt. Here we go. Touchback, whatever. So we decided to commit to the run again. And there was a little bit of miscommunication there. Holy moly, what happened there? So here we go. So let's see. Our Daristal, what happened to Daris? Oh no, it's Bradbury. Man. Okay, so if we look at that closely again, look at this. Bradbury just gets pushed. Comedically bad situation. And this is what's been stalling or messing up these drives in the second half. If Bradbury doesn't get pushed right in the line, the path that Chandler has there, he might be able to have done something there. Like Bradbury in this situation needs to hold um, that pressure for like another second and a half which will give Chandler the opportunity to zip right on through there. And then if Bradbury ends up going back that way with the defender, then it doesn't matter because hopefully Chandler's up here trying to make a move, a football move, try to hurdle someone or spin, whatever it is, right? Now uh, kudos to Chandler for getting back to the line of scrimmage. So we got the 2nd and 10 here out of shotgun with Chandler in the back. We have Jalen Naylor on the bottom of the screen beside Jordan Addison, and we got Jettis at the top. And let's see what we do here. I think this is the start of where we start picking on the secondary here with JJ, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we just start throwing, and then it's just PI after PI. Schematically, I think this this stretch of plays here, where Sam Darnold and KOC are picking on whoever's matched up against Jettas, shows aggression in them. So the one thing that I'm very critical about the second half is their lack of execution. Like I really need to get to the point. They need to get to the point here in this middle of the season where when these drives happen, they are at least kicking field goals, right? And then in the later half of the season, um, that transition to the majority of those drives become touchdowns and the rest field goals. That way, we're consistently putting up points regardless of the halftime adjustments that the teams are making on us that are making it difficult on us, right? So here we go. My, my lady messaging me here, calling it, realizes I'm live. We got a play action pass, and we got another deep shot, and a late flag on this one, or the boys are just laughing because they're just picking on them. So let's move on to the next one, and there's nothing there. Sam opts to throw it to the ground. A good football decision, right? It doesn't, it's funny because we see other good quarterbacks do the exact same thing. They just don't do it in the exact same way that Sam does, right? Sam was a little awkward or maybe weird when he throws his balls down or throws them at the feet in like uncatchable territory so that either his receiver or the defender can make a play on the ball, but still avoiding that grounding. So still really good. If you're a quarterbacks coach, I'm pretty sure if you're Josh McCown, you're happy with that decision there. For us, it's all about not letting uh, these guys get back into it. Another great decision. Scramble. Um, Sam's been struggling all game, jet lag, whatever you want to call it. A stout defense has stifled him all the way through. Even though we had a lead, he only had one scoring drive that ended up with a fullback sneak with TJ Hands. So, despite him struggling, he's still trying to do things. He's still making good decisions, and his feet are still allowing him to get out of bad situations, which is what we need. And going forward, I think it's going to be the difference. So, let's see what happens here. We got to move forward. Is really the third. I think the next drive, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, this next drive. So this next drive, I think, is the field goal drive, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what we do. So Sam, uh, he's trying, man. He's aggressive. The things that everybody was saying after the Green Bay game, in my opinion, haven't seen any of it. I see a lot of struggles that are coming as a result of not having Aaron Jones. As you can see here, the running game is just completely dismantled. They couldn't figure it out on the go. That adversity in our running back room definitely over. They were not able to overcome. We need better from CJ Ham, uh, Ty Chandler, and Miles Gaskin in these situations when we don't have we since couldn't like bring anybody else on, right? Like injuries like that's going to happen even if we bring someone in like Matt Breida or any other free agent running back that aren't out there right now. this situation is going to keep coming up, and they need to work together and overcome that and still become productive, even if they're only putting up 80, 90 yards, and it is a quiet 80, 90 yards, 100 yards. It's still enough to keep that defense decent. That's the most important part. The factor that I think in the second half cost a lot of the offensive issues, not this folding or becoming super um, conservative. People have been criticizing. Now let's see what this third and long. Third and long has been an issue all game, consistently putting themselves in these situations. All right, yeah. So this one, sorry, my misses was. Oh, no, where's the third and eight? Oh, oh, no, that was the third and eight. So we got the third and eight. Sorry about that, guys. Off the target. There's no. And then we got Will to throw here. Let's watch this because man, I love Will right here. Oh, it's so nice not to have any kicker worries. I know he's gonna miss stuff as a kicker, field goals, but like, man, that kid is something special. But yeah, we'll kind of leave it there with the film study because that's the section of the game that I was the most concerned with going into this week 5 matchup against the Jets. Um, again, the biggest factor, in my opinion, was the jet lag. I feel like it was lingering throughout the entire game. Early in the game, we saw a lot of players struggle with it, and then everybody kind of like hit their groove. In later in the third, early fourth, we started seeing a lot more people gassed out and heading to the sideline more than we would see normally. And I think I attribute that to the jet lag and stuff. So all in all, after those drives, I did see aggression. I see them trying to compensate for the lack of the running back in Aaron Jones being injured, right? The running game, the lack of running game. But they didn't like completely shut down, and they were still trying to remain aggressive. To me, they just could not execute in the way that we desperately need them to. So going forward, like I said, these next 5, 6 games should be focused on turning those drives into from clock management drives, or where you're just killing the time instead of actually putting points up, to at least making it so every drive here in the second half at least comes away with 3 points. Because if we're able to do that, it takes the pressure a lot off the offense and makes things difficult for the other team, which hopefully results in us capitalizing and just keeping them at bay much easier and with a lot less heartache for us Vikings fans and a lot of people that just desperately want this team to play at their potential, at their highest ceiling for all 4 quarters. So, um, unlike the Green Bay game where there was a lot of conservative and vanilla play calling on both offense and defense at times, where they may have been scared of the moment. Um, I didn't see that in this game. It was just a lack of execution, in my opinion. The aggressiveness was there that we desperately wanted. So, in my opinion, what more could you want? So, and we finally got answered the question, what's going to happen when Sam struggles, right? I'm not sure if this is the worst that Sam's going to play throughout the entire season. Let's just hope this is rock bottom, his worst. And knowing that, we know that the team is going to be able to still overcome and he's going to do all the right things. Like we saw him throw the ball away. We saw him throw the ball into the ground to avoid intentional grounding. All good things that veteran quarterbacks need to do in order not to just make things worse. So, coupled with that, even if he's struggling, I feel the rest of this team is still capable of carrying the load. This defense is swarming out there. We're averaging a lot of turnover. I think we're probably the highest ranked scoring defense right now. I I'm almost guaranteed, like to the point when I start predicting games or not really predicting, but kind of trying to identify how the game is going to play out, I'm always bare minimum accounting for an early turnover and a late game interception or turnover, because that's just what's the trend has happened over the first 5 games. Whenever the defense need to come up big, they do, right? Whenever we need to run the clock and make things difficult on the opposing offense, they do, so that by the time they even get anything going, there's just not enough time, and the probabilities are so high on our favor that it really is barring a meltdown or a big injury. So that is my conclusion to the last week's game, and I hope you guys were able to enjoy um, my thoughts and my observations on this game. And those 2 early clips from Nick Swartzen, man, he's hilarious. But yeah, that brings me to the end of this stream. I really appreciate you guys. We got 15 minutes here before we have college football uh, kicking off. It's my second week following college football. I spent a lot of time curious about college football, but it was just so much I was learning about the NFL that it was just too much for me to take on at the same time. So, any questions, comments, concerns before I let you guys go? I really hope you guys enjoy this impromptu Saturday stream, and uh, yeah, I think anything else that I missed, I think that really pretty much covers it up. Oh, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm so bad at doing the whole call to action and getting people to like and sub. And head over to check out some of my scripted stuff, my prediction videos, my power rankings. Tune in tomorrow. Me and In the Zone podcast are going to be covering. We're going to be doing a watch party for the Commanders Raven game, which is going to be an incredible game. Then we're going to be keeping a close eye on the Cowboys Lions game. We're going to be Vikings fans a little bit overcritical to what we see. We want to see where those advantages are going to be for us going into that Week 7 match with the Lions. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. My name's Supreme, your host, and thank you for stopping by Purple and Gold Bars. We'll catch you guys later.